Hi, I'm Dr. Teo Ren Shang. I'm a senior resident physician working in Singapore Cancer Society. I'm actually taking care of the terminally ill cancer patients at their homes. Yeah, for the last 1.5 years. And we've had free home births, free kids, all boys, oh my god, and free home births, and proud of that, totally. Yeah.
My name is Victoria. I'm a mother of 3. I'm a nurse. I'm an emergency nurse. Used to be. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom. 3 home birth, 3 boys.
Actually, I've always been kind of open-minded about complementary approaches to medicine in general. I have not had much personal experience in complementary approaches, but because I do a bit of meditation and some spiritual work, that leaves me open. And frankly, with regards to childbirthing, I don't have a strong opinion either way. I was really following her because she wanted a drug-free birth because of the anecdotal experience, not her own, but of her colleagues who've had epidurals down their back and they've had back pain after that. Now, I must say on the record that studies have shown that actually epidurals are not linked to back pain on large-scale studies, but still, enough anecdotal evidence and enough of her friends doing it, so that's real for whoever's experiencing it, right? So that's what she wanted, and I thought, well, since I'm game to try different things, why not? Rather than no, you know? So
Yeah. So when I first found out that I'm pregnant, then I just told him, I want drug-free birth. Drug-free birth, what is drug-free, right? So somehow or rather we know of a friend that is, her name is Annabelle. So she has the experience with 4 trimester. Then we just get to know more, we Google more a little bit here and there. That's where we sign up for your prenatal class and everything else like doula and everything. So from there on, home birth, my goodness, this crazy person wanted a home birth. I was like, no, because I was from I'm an emergency nurse, so I've seen a lot of other cases as well. So to me, it's no, unless I'm past my term and all that. So we went to actually talk to Belinda, the PD, and that's where she actually says that it's okay, you can go for a home birth if I want to, and Dr. Lai is very good. So that's where I told him, as long as I'm in term, I am open to anything. That's where I tried my first home birth, and it was fantastic. And that was what I really wanted, a drug-free birth. If at that point of time, if I was in hospital, I will confirm and ask for an epidural, because my back was so painful that when the doula actually lift up my leg, I can feel the pain from my lower back all the way up to my scalp area. It was so painful that I cannot imagine if I was in a hospital. And that was the first experience. Subsequently, once you have a home birth, you will never think of a hospital birth. Even you need to, like, no way. How do you going to transport your kids to it? To me, it's very important for if I have my first kid, then the second kid, right? So my plan is to actually to let him witness the birth, whether he understands or not. That is my aim. And I did it, and till today he still remember. That's made me very proud of me.
maybe with the antenatal classes that we went through with 4 trimesters for our first birth, it made me consider that with over-medicalized births can be natural provided you stratify low risk and stuff. So why not do it the natural way? So that was the crazy part I was alluding to, like when I was brainwashed enough perhaps, to consider the possibility of a home birth. I said, well, since we're doing drug-free already, why not a home birth? She thought I was crazy at first, of course, but somehow I got no idea how come she became even crazier and decided a couple of weeks later that okay, let's do it. Oh, really? Okay, great, it's your body, you decide, right? So, over medicalize and why not do things naturally and then customize things the way you want it, and without the interference of machines or with people that you don't really know, midwives and nurses coming around. As well meaning as they are, it's really a job for them, and it's a high volume of cases they see in the hospitals, and so may not give you the personalized care and attention that you would need. But all in all, I mean, it was an adventure for us, really. We didn't, because this is not something done commonly and talked about commonly, so it's a bit of an unknown as well. It's just that as medical professionals, we were satisfied enough that it's low risk birth, everything was normal up to that point, and that we have a birth plan, contingencies are worked out. I guess for myself, if there's any other differences, it will be the father's a lot more involved in a home birth, because the father's going to do more. I mean, in the hospital, maybe the father just, okay, dear, my hand is here, squeeze my hand, pinch it out, I get a few bruises, bite my hand or something. But in a home birth, the dad has got to just got to know that boil the water, or or like get the cloth ready, or whatever is. The father's got to be a lot more to manage more. You can't give it to the nursing sister or just simply give it to the doctor to handle it. Like in the hospital, it's got to be, you got to manage it as the father, because when your wife gets into the zone, I mean, well, it's basically you and the doulas who need to run the show. Yeah.
For me, I went to the labour ward before. I see how a woman labour before, and when they get into the hospital, they have to strike, they have to do this, do that, which I'm like, I just basically, I don't like it. Okay, so, and every minute the nurses will come in, do this, do that, and the father's job is just to sit down at the side, play computer game or whatever thing is it. So, yeah, and when he brought up the issue of home birth and all that, I just like, okay, we will see to it, and day by day it passes, and that's where I started to have it. And I'm glad that I chose a home birth, to be honest with you, because I don't have to be tied down, I can do what I want and all that. And yes, father is very important in the home birth, especially if we have a water birth, they need to fill up the tub, they need to make sure this and that to be right, and they have no game at home. It's like, seriously, they are on the ball. And that's when the second birth, I was so fast that he has to deliver the kids, which I'm glad. Although he might what happened? Why haven't cried? Why is still this and that? But yes.
I mean, the second birth was the amazing one, but this may not be very good for videoing perhaps, but anyway, since I did, it's like, because she birthed so fast, much faster than what the doulas and the obstetrician expected. I ended up having to deliver the baby literally, and it's like, oops, alright, I remember my medical school days, the little steps that I did, and I was never a very good obstetrician student.
And must remember what the previous birth that Dr. Lai
as a medical student 15 years ago or something, like what happened, there's 2 births I clocked on my logbook, and I'm supposed to remember the stuff. Anyway, I did what I could, guard the perineum and so on. And when the baby came out, the baby was still purplish looking and not crying. I was thinking, wait, is this normal? That's right, it's still the the maternal circulation, that's right, it's not, okay, right, so at the same time I have to appear calm, because I'm managing the space, and then at the same time my mind saying, fuck. Right, it's normal, great, okay. And then waited about 15 seconds, okay, I think the epigar is probably, I can't remember the epigar score, but I think it's fine, and baby cried, and everything was fine, and I looked at the umbilical cord around the neck, okay, just one round, just unwind. Baby was so slippery, my goodness. Okay, now here you have it. So I don't think she knew how nervous I actually was when I appeared extremely calm, and 500 thoughts were circling my head as well, that I was doing the right thing or not. And then shortly after, thank goodness, Dr. Lai, my obstetrician, and doulas came about 5 minutes later, around there. So yeah, everything's cool. But that was quite an amazing experience for me. I mean, when I share this with my medical colleagues, I think a couple of them are probably thinking this was a bit foolhardy, maybe, At the same time, I think it was experience, it went well, and I think the key thing was risk stratified to a low-risk birth. Of course, that being said, that's why the fathers have to be on the ball. Imagine the father is not even trained at all as to deliver babies or something before. Then you need to have a contingency, because the father really needs to be that much more on the ball in case something happens. He needs to be able to know how to react, and that's the package you pay or you play with if you agree for home birth, right? Yeah. But really, I think you got to share also what makes a home birth so special. You could probably share a bit more, like what makes it so special for you. You're the mom. As the dad, I've shared quite a couple of stuff, but really as the mom, and yeah.
I just like the space that I have at home rather than in the hospital. That's what I really treasure the most. And I don't have to like go back home after a few days, that kind of thing. And after I deliver, I can just rest completely at home without going out. Yeah.
I think the freedom of being able to birth the way you want, moving around the house and so on, because we've learned through the antenatal classes that really you don't want to restrict a woman's freedom. She knows that she needs to move around, let gravity take place, help to guide the delivery more and so on. And in the hospital, you'll be strapped to the bed, you will not be allowed to move around, all that kind of thing. So all these things, yeah.
When you are pregnant, what do you really want and works towards your goal? Whether if you want a drug-free birth or you want an epidural or anything that you want, you just have to work towards it and you will get what you want. To me, drug-free birth is really very good, and everyone commented like, oh, you just give birth with this picture. I'm like, yeah, I just took like 2 hours ago after I push out. Then they say, oh, you give birth already? How come you look so gorgeous? Like, did you birth it already? Did you already birth? I was like, yeah, I just did it.
Everyone says she looks younger than me in the picture.
So I'm like, yes, that's what maybe a drug-free birth is, and also the baby are really much more active. You can see the difference between the first and the second when he witnessed it. The second one, he is actually more actively involved in whatever the reason. And before I birth on that few weeks or days, when like, Mommy, I know TT Max came out from here and I was like, are you sure that you remember every single step? And I was like, yeah, it was literally, it was telling me that step. I was like, oh, okay. I'm just hoping my number 2 will remember, but doubt it lah, because they have a difference of 7 months still. So, yeah. And when I birthed the third one, the first one was more involved and like really know what is it going on and everything. So I'm like, okay, yeah. It is really a good experience with that.
I had the feeling of intimacy and closeness of the whole family to be involved in things, for the kids to remember what happened. Maybe some would think that would it be traumatic for the kids to witness a birth, given that usually births are depicted, as struggle, you cry, you shout, and so on. I mean, yeah, she did moan and shout a couple of times and so on, but I think overall the kids it's real, and I think they can take it, and I think they remember while they can't remember the reality of it, yes, but they also remember the beauty of the intimacy, the directness, the closeness that comes with it. And comparing hospital births and home births, I think it's a difference. I think it's a belief and a philosophy also. It's hard to say right or wrong because it's a very charged topic. You can have adherents on both ends, putting out the studies they want to bring out to say the other side is wrong. There's no end to it. It's almost like 2 different religions, But I think there is value in the philosophy of home birth being fostering a sense of community and intimacy, which a hospital birth is less likely to provide.
As I say, once you want to hit your target, you just go for it. So I just wanted to breastfeed, so there's no formula, there's nothing being kept at home. So I will just do to aim to get my goal. And yes, every kids are different, every pregnancy is different, every breastfeeding is also a very hard journey, to be honest with you. I went through 3. First was terrible, to be honest with you, because as a first time mom, you don't know what is breastfeeding, you don't know how it feels like, you doesn't know whether is it enough, and a lot of other questions that you can actually ask.
Tongue tie.
Yeah, and
not a major tongue tie. He didn't latch so well, and then it was the first one was quite tough.
Was really tough, and I think I was nearly into depression, to be honest with you, because I cried a lot. Like, why you not drinking? Why you keep crying? Why you're not latching? And why all the while, you know? So finally we realized it was a tongue tie, and we slip it off, and that's where
the latch improved a lot.
The latch improved slightly day by day, and I slowly get to wean him off from the, what is that called? The nipple shield. Yes, and finally I get, you finally latch on the real nipple on me. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. It was like about 4 months plus. I really wean him off from the nipple shield. So that's my first one, and it went all the way through to 2.5 years old. The second one, it was a hungry hippo. It has no problem with it, and my milk in was very fast, to be honest. And the third one now is terrible.
Not as bad as the first one.
And it's not as bad because it has no tongue tie, right? And it won't be as bad because the worst I went through was the number 1. So this will be slightly better, but you compare with number 2, it's like, oh my goodness, this is another one, another problem that I have. Because I have the first 2 to manage at home. They scream, they yell when you can't get to rest. To me, my body is this. If I can't get to sleep enough, I don't rest enough, I don't rest my mind and everything, my milk won't kick in. And I don't produce, it's not don't kick in, I don't produce as much if you are comparing with the number 2. And that's here I am lah. Like, okay, I wanted to store a little bit more, but I don't. No, it's just really enough for him to drink every day. Yeah.
I think there's enough evidence now to show that breast milk is beneficial. WHO recommends it. Everyone recommends it, even the hospitals. It's a matter of how persistent you are when problems happen, how you troubleshoot. That kind of support may still not be so good across the board in all the healthcare institutions. There are lactation consultants in all of them, but whether or not they give the same personalized advice, and once you go home, you're pretty much on your own. That's the reality. So I think, to be fair, I think everybody nowadays believes that breastfeeding is best, but when challenges come up, they don't always know how, when, who to approach to get the problem solved, and they give up halfway because of the problems, and because when they have to go back to work, the logistics of pumping and storing all are a problem.
You had a painful nipple, your engorgement, everything kick in. That's where people think twice
and as much as she says she's set all the way breastfeeding, trust me, there have been times, so many times along the way, should we switch to formula? Should we give some formula finally, because this is not sustainable, it's been messed up, it's not enough milk, how, what, when, somehow turned around the corner and miracle happened, or nature took its course and the milk came in and it's all okay. But there have been times we question ourselves. It's never so easy as you set a course and you don't have any doubts at all.
It's easy when you, like especially now, number 3, I really have not enough rest, and my mind is always uptight with the first 2 at home, and my milk is not coming. Forget it lah. Let's have formula. Seriously, because it's like I'm just so tired and uptight, and you just can't rest, and your milk is just enough or slightly a little bit more or less. I mean, we all believe that as long as you latched on demand, the milk will be definitely there. But compared with the yeah.
Maybe the second one was too good that's why.
Second one was really very good
She compares to that kind of gold standard. I mean, you cannot.
To be honest, second one is very good. You latch
well,
one here, you pump, you use the other pump to pump out. 5 minutes, 100. Who know that kind. But here you go is you latch here one, you pump here another 5 minutes. That you only have 5 meals. That 5 gold meal. My goodness, you compare the difference. It's like wow. Yeah. So the advice is really to rest and sleep if you can. And yeah, formula. It's always in my mind, but somehow or other will pull through it, to be honest with you.
I mean, I don't know. I think we're very practical about it. If the support of breastfeeding is not really there, I mean, supplementing with formula, do the next best thing, So we have to try to make the best out of the situation that we are given. So far, thankfully, we don't have to do it at this point. There's still enough milk. We've got the confinement nanny in as well, and yet there are many families out there that may not have the same kind of privilege and support to be able to support a breastfeeding journey through. Just try to make the best out of what.
The nanny is quite. My nanny is quite good lah. She actually really support through the feeding also. It's like it's okay, mommy. It's okay. Go and sleep. Go and this and. Yeah, she is really very nice, and she do what she can for me as well. Yeah. Honest speaking, I have no answer with this. Why I do it? Because you guys have it. I just try and that's it. Because the first one I did it, the second one I do it, then third one I do it. That's all. I doesn't really know whether there's any difference because I didn't stop any, you see. So, yeah, I have no answer.
I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, I've been really hard-nosed about it. No clear physical evidence based on the double-blind trials or whatever that this is really beneficial. I mean, certain HO believes like you burying the placenta, so that the roots into the ground are there. And of course, animals in the wild eating their own placenta after that to replenish the nutrition that they have and so on. So some kind of anecdotal natural world observations that suggest that some kind of eating back the placenta in a graceful way perhaps would benefit the health. That's as best as I can say, and since we can afford it, and since we trust 4 trimesters, such a good job done so far for everything else, why not give this a try? And I don't eat the placenta pills, so I can't tell you anything else.
To be honest, I have no answer with that. Yeah.